Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sharon Margatines, and my topic for this module is about the philosophy of utilitarianism. Utilitarianism, this philosophy is also known as consequentialism, that says the rightness or wrongness of an object depends on the effect of the consequence regardless of the method it utilizes. There are two kinds of utilitarianism, and they are the utilitarianism and the rule utilitarianism. Utilitarianism is an ethical theory that suggests an action is right if it leads to the greatest happiness or benefit for the greatest number of people. In simple terms, it's about choosing the action that brings the most good or reduces the most harm for everyone affected. This theory is often summarized by the phrase, the greatest good for the greatest number. For example, Anikai, if a doctor has one dose of medicine and 5 patients need it to survive, but 1 patient needs the entire dose and other 4 can each survive with just 1/4. Utilitarianism will suggest giving the medicine for the 4 patients since more lives are saved. So man gitawag nga the greatest good for the greatest number nga mas unahon ang kadaghanan kumpara sa isa ra agma kagamit. And the next is the act utilitarianism. Believe about the goodness or badness of a particular act. It says it's morally right if it's produced the greatest good, happiness, or benefit for the greatest number of people in that specific action. Ang example, Anika, imagine you see someone drowning. There's no one else around and you don't know how to swim well, but you still try to save them even if it's risky. If your action could save a life, utilitarianism would say you did the right thing because it brings the greatest good in that moment. The next is the rule utilitarianism means the goodness or evilness of an act itself. Say, abortion may be an evil act, but Western civilization view it as a means to combat population explosion. So, example sa rule utilitarianism, there's a rule do not lie. Even if lying might help in the specific moment, rule utilitarianism says we should follow the rule because if everyone lied, trust in society will disappear and that would cause more harm than good. So, rule utilitarianism is about creating and following rules that, in general, bring the most happiness when everyone follows them. The proponents of utilitarianism. First is Jeremy Bentham, founder of classical utilitarianism, believed that actions are right if they increase pleasure and reduce pain. Introduced also the principle of utility, the greatest happiness for the greatest number. Second is si John Stuart Mill, student of Bentham but refined utilitarianism, supported rule utilitarianism more than utilitarianism, argued that quality of happiness matters not just quantity. Consequentialism. In ethics, the doctrine that actions should be judged right or wrong on the basis of their consequences. The simplest form of consequentialism is classical or hedonistic utilitarianism, which asserts that an action is right or wrong according to whether it maximizes the net balance of pleasure over the pain in the universe. The consequentialism of J.E. Moore, known as the ideal utilitarianism, recognizes beauty and friendship, as well as pleasure and instinctive goods the other's actions should aim to maximize. So, example sa consequentialism is if telling a lie saves someone's life, then under consequentialism, lying is morally acceptable because the result is good.